promotions. Just give them applause of the great sharing from last week. The next will be sharing by our associate superintendent from Zhuqi Hualien. I will pass this one to Sister Listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother PJ. I'm taking over. So next,
这就是很可爱的一个地方吼，因为是我的疏忽啦，我没有他今天早上他们上线测试的时候，那容我，好，所以
we are trying to get in touch with Dr. Chen due to the cancellation of one of the main speakers earlier today due to the disaster relief activity in Philippines. Our schedules has been brought forward. Sounds like, Dr. Chen is still in the surgery room.
可是你一讲会讲30分钟，就会影响到那个，我不晓得他的时间点。然后等一下再补第二段。哦，哇
We're actually 10 minutes earlier, according.
好，要不然的话，我非常感恩。你看，这就是我们大爱新闻总监的一个好，那 OK。那这一段您先讲，等一下我再补您的部分，好不好？好，直接欢迎我们的主席，等一下他的部分我再来做补充。好，就直接说故事的人是感恩，
太棒，大家是美云老师，还有所有的工作团队的师兄师姐，线上的菩萨，还有在座的家人们，大家早安，早。
So we switched the schedule a little bit, and now we go ahead with Sister Zhuqi from our Daai TV.
读书会，那我刚才听到美云老师的介绍其实一年比一年惊讶，因为我们每一年参与读书会的团队都越来越多。
So it's a third time. It's my third time coming to this online study group.
上线哈，问来我知道有慈济人，但是我们很少听到他的消息，所以有问来的师兄姐上线，我觉得很棒，也很惊讶。可见我们读书会的吸引力真的是五湖四海。
I'm very impressed to learn that there are volunteers joining from Burma.
美国还有口译团队、顺口溜团队，还有台中长照的阿公阿嬷。
Also impressed that we have so many volunteers from China, from US, including the local grandma and grandpa who were volunteers of our environmental protection. So glad that we can spread the Dharma through technology. So, so I'm actually feeling this gap right now before my actual sections. Main also feel free to ask me to stop when Dr. Cheng is ready.
就是拦腰扫过去，因为菲律宾是一个很多岛屿的国家，它的地形很长。
There's a typhoon happening in Philippines a few days ago, and the typhoon just hit the country right in the middle. So Philippines has a lot of islands. It's the geographic location of Philippines country spread pretty long, longitude-wise. So when the typhoon hit the center of the country, that's the area with the most population. So the death toll keep increasing every day. And why Brother Chai Sung Hang are not able to share today because he is actually monitoring the situation right now. They're watching the death number and then checking on the current situation and plan accordingly and how they should reach out to the victims to help. One of the cities is called Lighter. So Lighter is the kind of a very strategic location in which the previous disaster relief were actually planned at. They initiated an effort. It's a centralized location that they can mobilize different machineries that needed to help, clear the disaster areas. You can imagine how severe the situation is in which we need to mobilize huge machineries to help remove those debris from the buildings and caused by the typhoon. Even in Malaysia, it's also hit by a never before flood. Huge pouring in the last few days. You can imagine the volume in one day. The rain accumulated is equivalent to the amount in a month of December, the entire December. So because of the huge amount of rainfall, the water are not able to drain away through the normal draining systems. So the rivers around the city were impacted. So a lot of areas were flooded. In recent master talked about people within the boundary and people outside of the boundary. So people within the boundary are referring to the people that we know. People outside the boundary are referring to the people that we do not know. However, whenever disaster relief hits, we don't differentiate who are the people that we are helping. Even though we do not know them, we reach out. We are helping. So, immediately after the disaster hit, the next day, Tzu Chi volunteers get ready the hot meal, reach out to the people we never know. We just knock on the door and ask him, do you need how many serving of food do you need? We are bringing the bento box to help them. Besides Philippines and Malaysia, there's another country, the United States. So United States were hit by tornado. It's very unusual for America to hit by tornado in December. Due to the global warming, severely changed weather situation, this time the center of America was hit by 12 tornadoes. And the normal tornadoes that happen in the United States usually is just, 5 kilometers, that happen pretty quick. But this time around, the 12 tornadoes moved and it affected the radius of 400 kilometers. You can imagine it's 80 times the usual tornadoes that were occurred in America. So let me hold on the story of tornadoes. It will be continue shortly. So Dr. Chen is ready. So let's switch back to Dr. Chen.